Hello, hello. It's Juliana Hever, the plant-based dietitian, and this is the What Would Juliana Do Q&A. Thank you for your wonderful questions that you've submitted on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and via my website, plantbaseddietitian.com. I'm going to start answering a couple more today. I'm going to start with Tequila's question, who asked, can you talk about cooking with herbs? Like, what's the best and for what reasons? And I love that question because the answer is really quite simple. Like, it doesn't matter. They're all fantastic. All of those plants, all of those herbs offer a whole wide variety of very powerful phytonutrients. So doesn't matter which one, just try them all, mix them up, eat your favorite. I love to experiment with new herbs. I love making dressings from different herbs together, like a combination, like a green goddess dressing. We have that in the Healthspan solution. And, just play with different herbs. There's all sorts of different kinds, and they offer such a wealth of flavor profiles, so you can shift towards whatever type of cuisine that you enjoy eating. So you can use them fresh, you could use them dried in spices. It doesn't really matter. You're going to get lots of health benefits. Of course, you hear about some of the roots that are really super healthy, like turmeric and cumin and stuff like that. Curcumin is turmeric, and those have a lot of anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, different types of properties that are very beneficial for, reducing inflammation and helping reduce risk for chronic disease. So mix it up and find what you like and use recipes. I always tell people to start with recipes as a template. Like, if you have something sounds good to you and you make it and then you love it, that's great. Keep it and keep playing with it, or keep just repeating it if you want to. Or if you don't like something, then switch it up or find another recipe. And then you just learn. That's how I learned. That's how I taught myself how to cook, was just by learning recipes and modifying my recipes. When I went plant-based, I was modifying them to remove the animal products and the processed foods. And it just you refine that process as time goes on. And the same thing happens with herbs and spices. But what's great about starting with the recipes is that someone's already done the work for you, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Carrie asked, how do we maximize home workouts to make them as effective as gym workouts? This was a perfect question for me because this is what I used to do. When I was a personal trainer while I was in graduate school, I used to do in-home personal training. So I would go to people's homes and I try to get really creative, because obviously we want to keep it interesting and you want to have a good workout and you want to shift it, change it up a little bit all the time. That's like the key to continued success with working out, is changing up your routine and keeping your body guessing a little bit. So I used to do all sorts of fun things. I would love to get a new tool to bring with me. Like I used to use just tubing, resistance tubing, but then I would get a new toy. I would get a ball, or get a Bosu, or I would get, kettlebells and weights. And there's so many fun tools out there, but you really don't need any of that. Sometimes I would use my clients' kids. We would use them as weights. I had clients bench pressing and military pressing their kids. That was so much fun for all of us. And I would use stuff like a step in their house to use like for different body weight movements. You could just shake it up with the body weight stuff, like push-ups and tricep dips and lunges and squats and plies. And you could do so much with zero equipment. It's pretty amazing how many options there are. And nowadays, oh my goodness, now we have the internet, and we could just Google it, and we could find on YouTube like so many different types of workouts if you need some more ideas. But the question was to make them as effective as a gym. It doesn't have to be from a gym. It's not really, the gym isn't anything special about that, except you have more options, but you get more creative when you don't have those options. I used to actually really think outside of what the normal was, because I wanted to keep it interesting and keep it intense and use your body, like to know how well you're doing. You want to be a little bit sore, but you don't want to get injured. And so you just learn and practice and kind of experiment. So the key would be experiment. And finally, Stephanie says, welcome back. Thank you. I would love to hear your suggestions for a quick, easy, satiating, and most importantly, healthy breakfast. I'm in a bit of a breakfast rut lately. Well, break fast just means time when you start eating for the first time since the last meal. And usually that's overnight. And sometimes now a lot of people are doing time restricted feeding, so they're not eating until later in the day. And so it doesn't matter what you eat. What do you like to eat? So for me, I usually eat once or twice a day, and usually I wait till later in the day. So I'm sipping tea during the morning, sometimes some coffee. But for my first meal, it could be a salad, or I usually stick to the same things. I'm kind of known for that. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a breakfast food, but you can do anything from a bowl, and you could do a smoothie bowl. A lot of people are doing smoothie bowls, or a big bowl of fruit. You could do one of the recipes in the Healthspan solution. We have a lot of really great recipes that are made from fruit, like our sweet section is made from fruit, but really creative, kind of fun recipes, if I do say so myself. But you could have soup for breakfast. Doesn't matter. There's no rules. It's all made up for marketing. So pick your favorite foods and have that for breakfast. Even if it's a bowl of quinoa, that's fine too. There are no rules. You could eat whatever you like. So just search for recipes in general that you like and start your day, your first meal, with your favorite recipe. So thank you all so much for reaching out. And remember, you are quite literally what you eat. Every bite matters. Please send more questions to me via DM or below and via my website, plantbaseddietitian.com. So you can eat more plants. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.